It is time to crown a second champion in Jamaica's 2019 ISSA Schoolboy Football season. The Walker Cup in its revamped state for a second year, pitting the first-time finalists St. Catherine High against seven-time champions Excelsior High. It's really hot, 30 degrees Celsius, 55% chance of rain. We surely hope that stays away this afternoon. For Excelsior and St. Catherine, this is the culmination of a season with many twists and turns. St. Catherine largely forgotten after being knocked out of the Manning Cup in the second round by Wilmers. Excelsior got to the quarterfinals of the Manning Cup, but so often written off this season, yet they have punched above their weight. This is a contest well weighted. Both left more fancied teams in their wake, and here they are, still standing, ready to battle for the 2019 Walker Cup title. Make no mistake, for these two, this means everything. And to describe it as only the home of champions can, yours truly, Ricardo Chambers, alongside Christopher Taylor. First, the formalities. The official party, as usual, led by the ISSA president, Keith Wellington, being introduced to the players from St. Catherine by their captain, Ian Cupie. He has led them brilliantly this season. DeAndre Borras will introduce the Excelsior boys to the official party. What an occasion for them. It's one they will surely delight in. It's one they will surely look to enjoy, even as they leave all they have on this National Stadium surface. For many of these young men, it will be the final time they will parade their skills in Jamaica's high school football competition. For many of them, it's now or never, including the St. Catherine High captain. Weston Costa will take charge of this contest. Ricardo McKenzie, the first assistant. Doreen Affleck, the second. Gary Wilson, the fourth official for this Walker Cup final.
White it is, ball outside. Going that way, so the ball will be yours.
Teams going through the formalities of the shake hands. Great to be here, Ricardo, here at the National Stadium and alongside you, and a tournament as we see the starting lineup for St. Catherine High first of all.
Just one change to the side that started in the semi-final victory over St. George's College. Giovanni Foster loses his place. Ricardo Robinson comes in. Watch for Asani Brown, their leading scorer this season. He has scored 17. Javon Cole has scored 2 in the Walker Cup, 9 in all competitions. They have experience on the bench through their coach, Anthony Patrick. This is how they will set up.
They're set up there with a 4-4-2 formation. And I wouldn't be surprised at some point if they actually morph into more of a 3-4-3. But as you mentioned, look out for Javon Cole, the number 10. And an opportunity for Ricardo Robinson, number 18. And of course, their main marksman, Asani Brown, on the left-hand side with 17 goals.
Excelsior were here last year, albeit under different leadership. Liebert Halliman takes charge of these boys, the man who won the title with Heidel last year, and 2 of the 11 in this starting lineup started last year as well. Javon Smith, who has scored 9 goals for them, and Rajon Josephs, who has put in 3. Jaheim Flemings is one to be watched for Excelsior. He has scored some 8 goals. They're coached by Everell Campbell, with, of course, Liebert Halliman as the technical director.
Got to this stage last season, as we see they will be playing with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Excelsior got to this stage last year, couldn't get over the hurdle and lost to Heidel in the final, and they'd like to rewrite the script here, Excelsior, and record their 8th hold on the Walker Cup title.
Anthony Patrick, what a career he's had as a high school coach.
Only St. George's have won more Walker Cup titles than Excelsior, with 9, and really been a formidable team, Excelsior, especially in the Walker Cup competition.
The battle begins. St. Catherine versus Excelsior for the right to be crowned Walker Cup champions for 2019. Anthony Patrick, what a career he's had. Won the Walker Cup with Bridgeport in 2001, won 2 Manning Cup titles with Bridgeport as well. St. Catherine on the attack early, and they will have a corner kick early. Asani Brown stepping up to take the corner kick. Brown with the left foot. Dangerously placed in the center of the penalty area. Comes back out to him, loses possession of the football though. And Excelsior looking to catch them on the counter, but stepping in is Shakir Crooks to boot the ball into touch for an Excelsior throw. Everell Campbell, the head coach of Excelsior. Liebert Halliman, so often the man calling the shots on the bench though. There he is. Excelsior football legend. Excelsior football royalty is that man.
Yeah, really good success. Back-to-back Manning Cup titles in 2003, 2004 with Excelsior. Did also win a Manning Cup title with St. Andrew Technical in 1987. We'll see them later on in the Manning Cup final, trying to win their 2nd title.
As far as the coaching battle is concerned, this is a throwback to the early to mid 2000s when Alleman and Patrick won 4 of the 6 Manning Cup titles between 2001 and 2006, and 2 of the 6 Walker Cup titles. Here they are, still relevant many years later, with Patrick having gone from Bridgeport then. Here's that shot that goes wide of the target. St. Catherine showing that they are ready for battle. Javon Cole, the man who equalized in that semi-final against St. George's College with a left-footed shot, but well off target. Excelsior down the other end. Their attack thwarted. Sent long by DaCosta. Cole spreads it right side. This is the first time St. Catherine High are playing in a schoolboy football final at the senior level, of course. And they are not showing nerves. The attempted cross from Rajneil Brown, charged down. Excelsior have support, St. Catherine have support.
It's been a good era for St. Catherine High's football program under Anthony Patrick as well. He's kept a lot of these boys together. They play in the same club side at the junior level as well. They've come out of the group in the recent years, but just haven't penetrated in the ways that they would have liked necessarily in the league, but at least in the knockout competition, showing that they can go possibly all the way and get into a final. As you said, they're first at the senior level, so showing improvements there, St. Catherine. And as I said, many of these youngsters, a last opportunity for them, so you just wonder how that will transition in terms of their program after this. But they definitely were a dark horse last season, lucky to have dropped out when they did. St. Catherine maybe a little bit careless after enjoying such a lead against Charlie Smith.
They look the more comfortable to start this final. Excelsior may not mind soaking up pressure early though. Asani Brown for St. Catherine. Into the middle, Cole looking to pick it up, loses possession. Comes back to Dunkley. Dunkley decides to go for a long-range effort. It's just high over the top.
Excelsior will be mindful of last year, 2018, where they did get to the final against Heidel. Were quite wasteful in that final, as we see the long-range effort here by Dunkley, never threatening the goal. And that would be something that they would certainly look to correct this year, Excelsior. When they do get their chances, they would like to make better use of them.
Isaac Dunkley transferred from Jamaica College in 2018, so he knows what it's like to be part of a program winning championships. And this may not be completely new to him. Flemings has a key role to play for Excelsior this afternoon.
Whereas the number 8 there in the middle of the park, 8 goals to his name, but
ball almost given away carelessly. St. Catherine will come away with it though. Rajneil Brown. It was his header back into the path of Cole that led to the goal against St. George's, the equalizing goal that brought them to penalties and eventually took them to the victory. The tall, lanky figure with some amount of skill. Great awareness of where he is on the football field and exactly what he needs to do. There he is. Largely a different squad, a different lineup for Excelsior than the one that played last season and got to the final and lost to Heidel. But so many of the St. Catherine boys are back. They are on the attack.
Well, it was a young team, St. Catherine, that came through the Colts, the under-16 ranks, and Anthony Patrick has managed to keep that core together.
Here they come with Noel Rattray. Rattray is dispossessed. And St. Catherine transition with Javon Brown. Goes right side for Cole. Rajneil Brown St. Catherine looking dangerous here. Comes to Asani Brown. The whistle goes. So much experience in this St. Catherine lineup. Dunkley. 10 players who have played 4 seasons or more. That's just ridiculous. Rajneil Brown looking to work his magic.
And it was just a young generation that was kept together at St. Catherine from the under 14 through the under 16 levels and exposed from early. Anthony Patrick also has them playing in his clubs set up in Portmore as well.
Asani Brown picks it up in midfield, now looking for options. Brown gets it onto the left foot, is looking up front for Ricardo Robinson. The only change from the side that started in the semi-final, Robinson.
In fact, the last 2 games we covered with St. Catherine didn't involve Robinson any at all. He wasn't even on the bench. So he's certainly been a new recruit.
Excelsior trying to get into the contest now. Oh, the Vuvuzelas are going inside the National Stadium. Lovely passes put together. St. Catherine do well. Now they are away. Rajneil Brown is up front and into space on the right. Goes to the left for Robinson. Robinson's first touch left a lot to be desired. And Excelsior able to clean up at the back. Javon Cole with a menacing looking run, a promising looking run, but turning to nothing.
Not sure what Robinson was trying to do. I don't think the ball had enough pace on it to explore that move that he was trying, Robinson. A bit surprised in the end that Cole had passed the ball. He was given a bit of space, could have probably looked to have put it on one of his feet and had a shot.
Javon Smith plays it forward for Noel Rattry. QP gets in the way at the back and finds Rajneil Brown with a delightful little pass into midfield. Kamau Davis picks it up now. Davis on the run down the right flank. The challenge comes in and the ball pushed into touch for a throw. This has been an electric start for St. Catherine. Decisive challenge from Alex Alexander. Was on the bench last year, Alex Alexander. Now he gets his chance.
Has a good left foot as well, Alexander, the number 7. Skillful player, likes to overlap. Of course, the captain of this Excelsior team. I should have said that he actually captained some of the games early in the season, Alexander. Quite a few teams, a bit of rotation when it comes to the captain's armband.
Javon Brown finds Asani Brown. Oh, Asani Brown is probably looking to play a quick 1-2 and run into space, loses possession. Javon Smith rolls it forward. Cross coming in dangerously. Oh, problems! QP was rather calm there. St. Catherine must be careful as a shot comes in wide of the target from the left foot of Sheldon Buckley.
Yeah, but look at this opportunity. This was lackadaisical goalkeeping by Raheem Henry. Wrong hand position, and luckily for him, the captain was there to clean up his mess. I'm not sure what he was trying to achieve there, Henry. hands too high instead of looking to cup the ball. And that could nearly have been an opener for him and his team.
Josephs with the initial cross, Rajon Josephs.
And it was a cross into no man's area. There was no attacking players for Excelsior there. Should have been easy defending.
Cupid was a picture of calm and composure, as he's been so often in that St. Catherine backline this season. He's helped his goalkeeper to 7 clean sheets. Cole is taken down.
No imagination whatsoever in that attempt from Javon Brown. Not sure why he was trying to shoot from that distance. Should have been looking to get the ball into the box with the aerial routes. Find a teammate's head. There he is. We're hoping to get another opportunity to do better, but only 15 minutes gone, but we do remember that there will be no extra time after 90 minutes. It's straight penalties. Both these teams have boasted good penalty results so far in the knockout competitions.
Nothing more impressive than what we saw from St. Catherine against St. George's in the semi-final. The Excelsior,
they've won 2 penalty shootouts so far this season. One being in the Champions Cup, of course, and one in the quarterfinals of the Walker Cup against Jonathan Grant.
Yeah, good record for them. But Liebert Hanneman was quite impressed with what St. Catherine had to offer.
Yeah.
In the build-up, Hanneman said he hopes that this one doesn't go to penalties and his team can finish it in normal time.
I think both coaches will be hoping for that, actually. Penalty shootout has many times been described as a lottery.
Of course, there were no goals in normal time when they met at the semi-final stage last year. It ended 0-0, and the penalties decided that contest.
Excelsior winning 6-5 on penalties on that occasion.
Excelsior on the attack. 2 waiting at the top of the box. We'll get to none of them. Now through to Raheem Henry, who has no problems on this occasion.
Considering never meeting up in recent times, Excelsior and St. Catherine, was amazing that they actually met thrice in 2018, twice in the league, and the one Walker Cup match that we spoke about a while ago, the penalty shootout. Of course, they shared results. Excelsior won the first encounter by 2-1, and then St. Catherine won by 2-0.
Throw for Asani Brown. Finds Rajneel Brown. So many Browns in this St. Catherine team. Rajneel will win a free kick, sorry. Midway, his own half. He will create problems for the Excelsior defense. And Rajon Josephs deciding to take him out early on that occasion. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's also very good in the air. In fact, they possess some amount of quality on crosses, so they can attack you from so many different angles. There's Jaheim Flemings for Excelsior. Coming into this match, he said the doubt, the fact that they had been doubted so many times this season had given them extra motivation, and even coming into this, Asani Brown picks it up. Brown is inside the box. Brown with the cross. Oh, Brown almost got it back. Now Excelsior can go away, but Javon Brown is strong in the middle and wins it. Finds Cole. Cole has it on the right foot. Indecisive as to what he wanted to do, whether to shoot or keep going, and the ball taken off his boot.
Should have taken a shot. Cole. It's not the first time we've seen him delay too long.
Brown down on the right side. Gets it onto the left foot, gets across inside, looking for Robinson. Robinson himself indecisive whether he wanted to slide in towards that one. And at the end of the day, it went by him and everyone.
Nice delivery down the right channel. Cuts back inside very nicely. Asani Brown, good chipped delivery to the far post, and well, Robinson totally misread the trajectory. And in the end, didn't even get a touch on the ball before it went out of play.
Yeah, not as close as I thought he was initially, to be honest. Nowhere near it.
Well, he hesitated. He moved as if he wanted to go to the ball, and then the stutter step, and by that time, the opportunity had left him.
Rajneil Brown for St. Catherine.
St. Catherine enjoying quite a bit of the ball in this first 20 minutes.
Not surprising. Excelsior don't mind soaking up a lot of pressure.
And the occasions when they do win the ball, Excelsior, they're quite wasteful with it. You know, a hard challenge results in slight injury to Javon Smith, is that? Yeah.
But we've seen on a couple of occasions already that if you do not put them away, they can make you pay.
Did score in that 4-3 thriller against Camperdown, Javon Smith. A much improved season this year. 9 goals compared to just 1 in 2018.
Josephs looking to get on the end of this for Excelsior. Rajon Josephs does well to keep it in play. Cross to the top of the box. The left-footed shot is weak. Noel Rattray. No power behind it. And not a great tester for the goalkeeper at all. Noel Rattray has come across from Kingston College to join this Excelsior unit. Well, KC won a knockout title. Now
Yep.
Excelsior with a chance.
Yep. KC, one of the 2 schools that have more Walker Cup titles than Excelsior as well. They have 9 along with St. George's.
Javon Brown goes forward. Cole is in front of him. Robinson to his left. Decides to go direct. And it's cleaned up at the back.
Well, KC, the only team as well to have won the Champions Cup twice. And Excelsior, they have 7. They haven't won a Walker Cup since 2008 though. First won it in 1967.
Asani Brown goes long. Goalkeeper Pepeta Smith gets there. Has been uncertain with those deliveries from distance at points this season, Pepeta Smith.
And you say he took a chance by collecting that so low. Had the attacking player from St. Catherine gone high in terms of trying to head it into the goal from there, and that would have been Rajneil Brown, it could have been a lot more interesting. Here it is. Rajneil was actually quite away from the ball, but
Amos
was in
Rashawn
the air for a long time. He could have run and collected that above his head, which is what most goalkeepers would do, just so that to alleviate any opportunities for attacking players.
Rashawn Amos, the Excelsior number 4, getting a knock in the process. Looks like he'll be fine. Excelsior wins a free kick. Noel Rattray taken down. Javon Brown hounding him, not giving him the room to try and get a shot off, but he will have a chance from the free kick. It is some way out though. Raheem Henry, the 18-year-old, stands between the sticks, ready for what could be his first serious test. QP, Asani Brown, Cole, all part of the wall. This one is chipped to the goalkeeper. Nothing venomous about it. Still no goals in this Walker Cup final. Ricardo Robinson now finds Kamayu Davis. Davis has a little bit of space. Gets company in Marlon McFarlane and then just gives the ball away. Now Excelsior with Javon Smith. Smith decides to go long. Easily dealt with initially, but almost gave it back. Ricardo Robinson for Kamayu Davis. Oh, Davis loose with the pass and gives it away to Flemings. Flemings into space. Excelsior attacking with Javon Smith. Smith delivers a lovely pass. The flag stays down. The shot towards the target produces save spectacular. Excelsior given room to operate and they put St. Catherine under pressure. This is why Flemings is so dangerous. He starts the play, opens up for Smith to get the cross in.
Yeah, nice delivery. And it looked like Noel Rattray with a left-footed attempt. Tipping at the right time. Rattray hit with the outside of the left foot. Good technique. And on this occasion, Raheem Henry was good and pushing it over the bar. Just wonder why Rattray would have had so much space though on that left-hand side. Rotation certainly wasn't there as we see the first water break of the game.
Well, it is a really hot afternoon in St. Andrew, Jamaica.
They say humidity was 55%, and what was the temperature? 30
degrees.
30. Oh, okay. Does feel like a scorcher. The sky full blue.
Doesn't matter. When you get to a championship match, it's not often, it's not every year that you do that. You have to make that occasion count. You can't think about the fact that you may come back. When you are there, you have to find a way. You have to leave it all out there. They're leaving it all in the stands.
And those Excelsior supporters and the ones on the field will remember the heartbreak last season where they were unable to convert in the final. And they certainly will be coming to rewrite the script in 2019.
They surely had chances late on in that game last year, Excelsior, especially through Hutchinson.
Yeah, the Marley Hutchinson, an 18-goal man last season, but couldn't find anything in that final amidst many chances.
Did hit the right upright and then had a header that was well wide in a matter of 4 minutes between minutes 79 and 83. And then Idell finished it off late on, 1-2-0. Corner kick for Excelsior now. They will want to go in front this time around. First corner kick of the contest comes to the near post, forces a punch onto the crossbar and turned in. The Eagles soar to the lead. Javon Smith reaches double figures. The Excelsior number 11 with his St. Catherine 0.
Well, we just spoke about the improved season Javon Smith has had. And how is that for making a half chance count? Good ball put into the box. Not the best of goalkeeping from Henry. And look at that. Good bravery by Javon Smith. And the awareness, the attacking awareness of the striker. And good touch with the right boot just to turn it into the back of the net. 10 on the season. And 2 in 2 games for Javon Smith.
Javon Smith, his 3rd goal in the Walker Cup this season. You say 2 in 2, that's 3 in 3. What a finish to the campaign he's having. And Excelsior have the advantage. Question. St. Catherine have been on the front foot. How do they respond to this? They showed composure in the semi-final against St. George's College. But this is a final. Can they do that again? Thankfully, in Coach Anthony Patrick, there is so much experience on the bench. But Patrick himself has not won a title in a while. Last one came with Bridgeport in 2006, but remember, he lost with
Dintil
in the Da Costa Cup 2015. So he is trying to get back on the winning trail himself.
Well, that beat in schoolboy football, of course. Has won competitions with his club, Racing Football Club in Portmore, at the under-17 and the under-20 level, with many of these same youngsters. So, especially the under-17. So, I don't think he'll be too worried at this point. His team has been playing in a positive manner. I think what we've noticed so far is when they've been in and around the 18-yard area, they're a little bit too indecisive. We want to see them take the bull by the horns, for want of a better term, take some shots when they do get in goal-scoring areas.
I dare say this is a much bigger occasion than playing in the St. Catherine League at the under-17 level. Asani Brown picks it up on the left. Goes for the one-time cross, but Rashawn Amos is in the way. Brown with the long throw. Robinson trying to get the header. Cole was arriving as well.
Do have 8 members of their 11 starting lineup, St. Catherine, that have scored so far this season. So certainly attacking prowess in this light blue team.
Told you about Excelsior and their willingness to soak up pressure, but if you keep them in the game, they can make you pay. They have done that so far, but there is still a long way to go. The most honorable Andrew Holness, the most honorable Brogard, is what I saw on Twitter, is supporting his St. Catherine team. Javon Smith from distance doesn't test Pepeta Smith.
Has on the colours as well, of course, Prime Minister of Jamaica. Good ball into the box again. Certainly does get great distance. Very Rory Delap-esque, if there's such a term.
Excelsior, 2 goals in their quarterfinal, 4 in their semi-final. So they have found good form in front of goal coming into this. Asani Brown picks it up on the left again. Slips it into space for Cole. Cole gets inside the box. Needs assistance. Goes back to Asani Brown. Brown back to Cole. This one booted high inside the area. The flag is up.
Ricardo, you mentioned the 6 goals that Excelsior have scored, but what St. Catherine will be looking at and smiling is that they have also conceded 5 in that time. 2 in the quarterfinal against Jonathan Grant, and 3 in the semi-final against a very strong Camperdown team. A team which maybe going into that match, persons would have thought that Camperdown would have gotten the better of Excelsior, and Excelsior played very well to come away with that victory. But St. Catherine will be liking the stat that Excelsior generally has been conceding, and that's what they need to get back into this game.
They've generally been able to score in most games this season, St. Catherine. Ratchery for Excelsior. Cleared by Dunkley. Comes back to Dunkley. Fleming's trying to win it for Excelsior. Marlon McFarlane sends it forward. And Excelsior have a free kick.
In their 15 games so far this season, St. Catherine, they have only failed to score on 3 occasions. Once against Wolmer's in the second leg of the first leg of the second round, where they lost by a goal to nil. And there are 2 fixtures against St. Andrew Technical in the group stage, and of course St. Andrew Technical will be competing in the final of the Manning Cup later on.
Free kick for Excelsior. Landing comfortably for Raheem Henry.
And of course Wolmer's got to the semi-finals, so 2 of the strongest teams in schoolboy football this season
Javon Brown
are the teams that they have failed to score against.
finds his target. Rajneel Brown is still going. Inside the box! Oh, that's gorgeous! That is a St. Catherine High beauty! And they are level. A royal applause for a royally beautiful goal. Kamayu Davis with his 4th of the season, and one that will prove critical to their title aspirations.
Great run down the right hand side, which is where St. Catherine have had some of their joy. What a turn by Kamayu Davis. Excellent turn. I almost thought for a moment that the ball had gotten too far away from him. And certainly a very accurate toe poke. Pepetto Smith might be thinking that he should have done better to cover his near post. But great turn by Kamayu Davis. And an instinctive finish with the right toe. And his 4th of the season. And as you said, Excelsior have conceded quite a bit in the knockout stages this season. And St. Catherine continue that statistic. Game on.
His 1st in the Walker Cup, Kamayu Davis. His 4th in all competitions this season. 1-1. We heard the St. George's College principal in the semi-final last week saying that that principal will not finish school early to have the students come and support. Well, I tell you what, St. Catherine have sent their support all the way from St. John's Road. And why not? This is a massive occasion for them. Back level.
We spoke about the finish, but what about the run from Rajneel Brown? That's his 4th assist on the season as well, the number 20 for St. Catherine. Amazing run on the right-hand side, great burst of speed, good skill, and a peach of a delivery with the perfect weight into Davis.
Isaac Dunkley standing behind this free kick for St. Catherine. Three-man wall. Dunkley steps up. Oh, let it go! They've turned a deficit into a lead. Asani Brown on the score sheet. Gets the Prime Minister on his feet. And St. Catherine are dancing to the beat of a Walker Cup lead. It's 2-1.
Not the greatest of deliveries into the box, but woeful defending by Excelsior. Trajectory was low and well trying to get their hands out of the way. But you must say, Rashawn Amos, you've got to be doing better there. And good finishing by Asani Brown, their main marksman, 18 on the season for Brown. And just like that, in the space of 3 minutes, 2 goals for St. Catherine.
His 18th goal of the season, 3rd in the Walker Cup. And look at that. They have turned it around dramatically. Well, I did ask the question, what a response. What a response. In their first ever senior final.
Still a long way to go. And from the defending we've seen so far, I won't be surprised if there are quite a few more goals in it. Wasn't the greatest of defending that led to the lead for Excelsior in the first place. And then the lead for St. Catherine, bad defending by Excelsior's pair of centre-backs in DeAndre Burrows and Rashawn Amos.
The Walker Cup final for 2019 is truly in swing. We often say this, that sometimes it can come down to who wants it more. And this one could come down to exactly that. St. Catherine will go on the attack again. Asani Brown is over on the left, trying to find him. He is found. Brown inside the box, one waiting. Brown has it on the left. Oh, the cross comes! Oh, just too high. Rashneel Brown picks it up now over on the right. Brown with a cross, punched away by goalkeeper Peter Smith. Excelsior trying to catch them quickly on the counter. The cross, comfortably taken in goal by Raheem Henry. Noel Rattray substituted. Tariq Duffus comes on. Tariq Duffus came on in the 87th minute in last year's final for Excelsior. He's on about 46 minutes earlier today.
I was about to say, okay, he came on in the 87th minute last year, but he didn't change the game then. Excelsior will be hoping he can change the game now. Liebert Allen has seen it all. Lifted the title last year with Heidel. Has lifted it quite a few times with Excelsior.
Can you believe that Liebert Halliman first won his first Schoolboy Football title in 1987?
With St. Andrew Technical, yeah, against Excelsior.
1987, I was not born. 1987. I can't even think of it, Chris.
Well, you weren't born.
That's accurate. Won the Walker Cup with Heidel last year against Excelsior. He's good against his alma mater, isn't he?
Yeah. He's good both with and against.
Well, let's have a look at all we got to 2-1. Excelsior corner kick punched onto the crossbar and turned in by Javon Smith for his 10th goal of the season. 1-0 Excelsior.
Yeah, not the best of goalkeeping from Henry. Needed to get that over his bar. Should have defended the corner a lot better than that. And then was not aware of where the ball had gone. But
Rashneel Brown then created problems on the right. Lovely pass into Kamayu Davis. But it was the turn and the finish that was, or were even more special.
And then the third from Asani Brown. Not the greatest of defending by the two centre-backs of Excelsior. and it came through to the man that you wouldn't want it to come through in terms of an attacking prowess of Asani Brown, who had already scored 17 on the season and added his 18th very easily with a left-footed tap-in to make it 2-1 after 39 minutes. And another one of those players who's dramatically improved this season. Scored only 7 goals last year, Asani Brown, and has bettered that by 11 goals so far this season.
Well, sometimes it can be a matter of roles, can't it? Because Asani Brown, not the lead man for them last season with the likes of Pringle in their lineup. But now with a few of those senior boys gone, he takes over the role of leading them. And he's done it brilliantly. And that's what it is when you talk about succession planning as well. St. Catherine on the attack once more. This is Robinson. Or comes through for Asani Brown, chance to 3-1. St. Catherine have opened daylight. Asani Brown has 2, and the Blues have 3. Look at them go. They are smelling their first Schoolboy Football title at the senior level. 3-1.
Well, he was in Markovic's Brown's shadow last year. The man who scored 18 goals for St. Catherine. Well, he's bettered that. He has 19 this season, Asani Brown. And a clinical finish. But again, what poor defending from Excelsior. Totally out of sorts. A lot of arguments at the back. And they need to get themselves together very quickly, Excelsior, or this one will be done and dusted.
The dream is closer to reality. Halftime is approaching. Excelsior with work to do. Well, they're coming off a 4-3 thriller in the semi-final. Now it's their time to respond. What a last 7 minutes for St. Catherine High. Liebert Halliman is not often short on ideas. This man surely isn't. He's about to do it again. He's about to take another unheralded institution to the promised land. Still not over yet.
Well, they were down 3-2 in the semi-final. Excelsior managed to come back and win that one 4-3. What can they pull out of the hat now? This almost seems like deja vu. 2018, they couldn't find the answer against a Heidel team, even though they probably had more chances throughout the 90 minutes, Excelsior. Shots coming from all angles in that 2018 final, but none accurate enough to penetrate the goal. Hasn't quite been a shootout so far, but at this moment they're certainly being outplayed, especially in the last 10 minutes by this St. Catherine team, and a lot of arguments in the defense line of Excelsior, and that's a recipe for further trouble.
So much talk of unrest in the Excelsior camp coming into this final. You heard it from Liebert Halliman himself. So much of them being here is about luck. They haven't been all lucky in the first 45 minutes. St. Catherine, from 1-0 down, find themselves 3-1 up. Asani Brown, who started this contest with 17 goals this season, has improved his tally to 19. And it's St. Catherine feeling so much closer to their first ever Walker Cup title, their first ever senior schoolboy football title in the land of wood and water. They are about to drink from that glorious well. At halftime, they lead by 3-1. All smiles in the St. Catherine High party as they lead Excelsior by 3-1 at halftime in the final of the 2019 ISSA Walker Cup competition at the National Stadium in St. Andrew, Jamaica. We are standing by for the second half of this encounter. Excelsior with so much to think about, led by their captain, the number 20, DeAndre Burrows, a transfer from Calabar High School. The Prime Minister leads his party back to the Royal Box, no doubt, where he hopes his team will be able to conquer this competition for the very first time in their history. They are so close. A picture of relaxation, joy, the mood celebratory, but they must know to lift this cup, they have to reproduce what they did in the first 45 minutes. Referee Weston Costley and his crew getting ready for the second half. What must Excelsior do to get back into this?
That's a very good question. I wonder what the team talk would have been about. I think the disharmony within the team is something that would need to be rectified. Not sure if this is the time that you can rectify that, but a lot of arguments at the back as we see the St. Catherine team vibing up their self. Well, they would be in happy spirits. They're leading by 3-1, but you'd have to think, as I said, the disharmony, especially at the back for Excelsior, that has to be worked out. There needs to be leadership from the defense line, or they will concede more goals. And if there's not an even keel, a happy spirit amongst the boys, you just like to think that there's no way back for them in this contest. Needs to be chemistry and of the positive nature.
Flemings lifts the ball over on the right side as we get the second half underway. It's a Walker Cup final for 2019. St. Catherine in control, having come from 1-0 down in the 29th minute. Anthony Patrick trying to lift this title for the second time, having won it with Bridgeport back in 2001. This is only the appetizer to the main course, which is to be the Manning Cup final later on. Dunkley with the throw. Alexander cleans up at the back for Excelsior. Alex Alexander. Everell Thomas, the Excelsior head coach. Everell Campbell, sorry, the Excelsior head coach. With so much to think about, now he and Halliman must put heads together and find a way. Here's an opportunity for St. Catherine. Cole with the final touch, but the flag was up. Javon Cole, the St. Catherine number 10, in his 5th season, the 18-year-old. So much experience behind him. So many years he's dreamed about this match, about this moment, about this opportunity to lift a major schoolboy football trophy. And now, as they would say in tennis, all St. Catherine have to do is hold serve.
I know you're just waiting for a tennis punchline, Ricardo.
Wasn't it just fabulous?
St. Catherine certainly not suffering from stage fright by any means, considering it is their first final at this level.
Rajneel Brown. There's it forward for Cole. Brown gets it back. Whistle goes Excelsior's way. Rajneel Brown, we've seen his quality already this afternoon. That lanky attacking player played for Jamaica at the under-15 level, so the national youth coaches have seen his quality as well. And it was his brilliant run and cross that led to the equalizing goal for them today, as it was his header that assisted the equalizing goal in the semi-final against St. George's College.
Very skillful player, Rajneil Brown, and a good change of pace, unassuming, especially based on his build.
Cole. Javon Cole tackled up by DeAndre Burrows. Burrows wins that battle.
Excelsior have scored some 30 goals so far this season. They've played quite a few games. Have lost, however, 6 times as well, Excelsior. So it's been quite of an up and down season, as you said. Liebert Halliman has spoken about the rocky ride in terms of the disharmony within the camp, and that has obviously resulted in inconsistent performances, even though they have managed to get here in the final, and they also got to the quarter-final stage of the Manning Cup. But I believe his belief, and many others, is that had it not been for that, Excelsior might have gone even deeper into the league tournament.
Now they must summon something special to once again prove the doubters wrong.
Marlon McFarlane is a player who's going to be replaced for Excelsior. Number 19. Number 15, Keneal Kelly, is coming on. Hasn't scored so far this season. Excelsior with only 5 players on the field that have scored for them this season. And one is a substitute, Tariq Duffus. Not as varied in terms of their scoring, like, for example, St. Catherine, that have had 8 players out of their 11 who have been on the score sheet. They have shared their goals a lot more, St. Catherine High.
A couple of stoppages in the second half so far. Not what you want to see. No real rhythm to it quite yet, as the substitution is about to be effected in the 52nd minute. McFarlane off, Keneal Kelly on. The Excelsior number 15 with his team under pressure.
They've played a lot of games so far this season. This is their 20th game, Excelsior, so they've played 4 more games than St. Catherine High. Of course, they did compete in the Champions Cup, Excelsior, and they also went to the quarter-final, hence the additional games. St. Catherine, they fell at the second round stage in the Manning Cup. That does add a lot more wear and tear on the legs of Excelsior, and it will be around, well, maybe another 10 to 15 minutes from now that you really see that tell, if at all.
Javon Cole picks it up, spreads the ball left side. Throw for St. Catherine. Asani Brown already 2 goals to his credit this afternoon. What a season he's had. What a way to go out. Throw. Headed away from the danger area. Chance for the cross. Ball runs behind for a corner kick. Strong looking player is Asani Brown. The type of build you want up front to be able to stave off defenders. Not that he's had to stave them off much. He's been given the room and he's made them pay. Corner kick for St. Catherine. That one was headed into the back of Robinson. Rajneil Brown, good header of the ball. Perpetua Smith under pressure. Corner kick for St. Catherine. Goes to the back post.
Too deep. Too deep in the end from Brown. Apologizes to his teammates as well. Everything about the history of Jamaican schoolboy football would speak to Excelsior coming back into this game and winning the title. They have all the titles to talk about between these two teams. 7-time champions. They lead in the head-to-head. 2-1.
Kamayu Davis, what a goal he scored. Tackled up by Smith.
They came from behind to win in the semi-final as well, Excelsior, against a Camperdown team that at the start of the season was ranked in the top 4 in terms of performances and squad ability.
Da Costa down. We've seen this quite a lot in schoolboy football this season, with players going down midway the second half, and we're not quite there yet, and we've already had quite a few stoppages in this second half. And then
well, it is very hot, and we spoke about the lack of hydration that a lot of these players suffer from, not necessarily drinking days before and so on to prepare their bodies properly. And as I said, you talk to a lot of these youngsters, they believe that just before the match is good enough to drink a lot of water, and it's not so. You know, it's a routine that you need to follow, especially as a sportsman, and if you want to go on to the professional level. Hydration, a major component of success.
Surely is.
And that is why at this time, you know, you're coming down in the 60th minute or so, it starts to tell, especially in hot conditions, especially if the encounter is grueling. So more is required of the body.
And it was a high intensity.
Plus it's been a long season.
First off, here's a long range effort. Creeps wide of the target.
Was never trouble in the goal of Perpetua Smith. There have been persons who have also argued that they wonder how fit some of these players really are. Yes, they are young, but are they really that fit? Precision fit.
Trying to advance down the attacking end, not putting the passes together.
It is a Jamaican and a Caribbean mentality too. A lot of times in training and warm-ups, you want to do the nice things, you want to do the fancy things, but do you really want to put in the hard work that is necessary to prepare your body to go beyond the limit when it needs to?
Tishay Campbell replacing Ricardo Robinson.
Campbell, a 2-goal man this season for St. Catherine, also has an assist to his name. Generally plays in the right back role, Tishay Campbell. has been known to tweak his formations from time to time. Anthony Patrick had a tough match against St Andrew Technical and decided he was going to play a man marker. So even though his formation did suggest a 4-3-3, for many a time it was actually probably even a 4-4-2, sometimes 5 at the back.
Free kick for Excelsior. Headed away. Another opportunity to get it inside the area. Comes out to Buckley. Now Asani Brown for St. Catherine. Not a lot of help. Goes up front for Rajneel Brown. But it's well marshaled at the back for Excelsior. St. Catherine currently with 10 players.
Yet a substitute. Well, apparently all of his teammates have blue socks, light blue socks with white trim at the bottom. He has on full blue, so he's not uniformed. He will have to make that adjustment and add some white to his ankles.
Excelsior trying to put a strong attack together. Asani Brown wins it for St. Catherine. Oh, he's on his way. Dismisses one. Oh, the pass is not good.
Should he have passed it though, Ricardo? Had the space, had done the hard work, should have continued the dribble.
Oh, but he gets it back. Handed ball. And a free kick for Excelsior.
So Taji Campbell, we're still waiting on him to get onto the field. He is one player that didn't alter his socks, so he's actually being punished for doing the right thing.
Excelsior attacking. Cross coming in. That's too high. But comes across to Sheldon Buckley. Buckley back at the top of the 18. And St. Catherine will clear. How do they approach this, St. Catherine? Do they soak up the pressure and look to catch their opponents on the counter? With the speed and quality of Asani Brown. He goes long. And it's well read. And Rajneel Brown almost got it.
Yeah, Asani Brown looks like he's just trying to play that ball in the channel and hoping for Rajneel Brown to do the work. Of course, St. Catherine playing one shot at the moment, still waiting for the arrival of Campbell, who looks like he's almost ready.
Oh, lovely turn! Oh, off the right upright! Rashawn Josephs almost producing a dream goal.
Great move by the Excelsior number 9. Has scored 3 times so far this season. And look at it for a turn inside. Lovely turn. Curling effort. Brilliant. And unfortunately, just the outside of the upright. But certainly Raheem Henry well beaten.
Raheem Henry, a mere spectator. As Excelsior have a corner kick coming up. They are fighting. And now Joseph's down. Just what they didn't want. Excelsior. What a terrific turn that was. Found himself with acres of space and produced a delightful shot that beat everyone, but it couldn't beat the right upright.
Here it is. Lovely turn and right pace, right trajectory from the kick, and just not enough curl at the last moment to bend that within inside the upright. As Excelsior, they make another change themselves. This to be their 3rd.
Junior Parker coming off. Ryan Picton, another involved in that final last year. Ryan Picton.
Park unable to add to his single goal he's had on the season. He also scored, and that single goal actually came in the last game against Camperdown in the semi-final.
Keneal Kelly with the corner kick for Excelsior. Numbers inside the box. 4 waiting. but too close to goalkeeper Raheem Henry.
Yeah, wasted. Picton, who's been brought on, hasn't scored so far this season, so not a lot of goals coming off the bench for Excelsior. And that's a bit of their concern, I guess. Liebert Halliman will be hoping that they're coming on to make their name.
Here we go. Another stop to play.
And just at that time, there's Liebert Halliman, as you said, always full of ideas. Well, he's put on some players that are probably eager to prove, because they haven't proved so far this season in terms of getting goals, and goals are what Excelsior need. And it's just at this time, this moment, Ricardo, at around the 65th minute, where we start to see a lot more players going down. It's at that time in the game where you've just exerted that amount of energy, where the muscles start to tell if you're not properly hydrated or you're not fit enough. And Raheem Henry suffering at the moment from that.
Certainly from a St. Catherine standpoint, it's important that they maintain the focus, because sometimes with all these stoppages and then you have the restart, the focus goes for a minute or two, and next thing you know, Excelsior back on the score sheet and you have a 3-2 and the match is close again.
And St. Catherine benefited from that in the first half, if you remember. It was on that a break and then a restart where Sonny Brown got his second goal and took the lead to 3-1. So we have already seen where that has created a lapse. And had that just gone in from Joseph, that finish, that shot with the right foot, what a game we would have had on our hands. It certainly would have lifted the spirits of the green and yellow.
And that's why I say this one is not quite over yet. Still a long way to go. Looking for Josephs. Josephs for Excelsior, put under pressure. Loses out on that occasion. Kamayu Davis now for St. Catherine. Runs out of real estate over on the left. Duffus with the throw. Flemings. His pass doesn't find the intended target.
Excelsior haven't won a senior football title in over a decade now. 2008, the last time they won the Walker Cup. 7 times they have won it. 1967, 1968, 1979 and 1980, 1990, 2004 and 2008.
Dunkley now for St. Catherine.
That same 2004 was the last year they won the Manning Cup as well. And a very exciting player in there in that time by the name of Zimenez, their number 9. They would love to have him now.
I remember him. Excelsior beat Calabar in that Manning Cup final 2004 by 3-1, coming from behind.
Yeah, Ricardo Zimenez was that magical number 9 for Excelsior. Really good centre forward. Dominated the Manning Cup, Excelsior, especially in that season, but then met upon a very tough Glenmuir team in the Olivia Shield, who actually showed that they were 2 notches above them, which was hard to believe based on the domination of Excelsior in the Manning Cup.
67th minute of this contest. St. Catherine lead Excelsior by 3-1 in the 2019 Walker Cup final. The second half hasn't quite lived up to what we got in the first, at least not yet. Flemings finds Picton. Picton, Kelly. Excelsior trying to put passes together, but they lose the ball in the middle of the park.
Kelly complaining, but it was actually a poor pass from him in the first place that put his team under pressure.
Just not a lot of rhythm or momentum either way in this second half. Lots of stops and starts,
but the energy not good from an Excelsior perspective as well, and that's been the worry for them. That's been the Achilles this season.
Here's the chance for Sonny Brown. Saved by the goalkeeper with the left foot. That would have surely completed the dream.
Good save by Smith. Was going the opposite way, Smith. You just see him almost going to the right and then had to change and stick out that long left foot.
Excelsior trying to mount an attack of their own. That shot is well wide of the target from Buckley.
It's a badly scuffed attempt by Asani Brown. There he is. Didn't make good contact at all with that talented left foot, and that should have been number 20 for him. I'm sure he believes that as well. A fourth would certainly have killed off the duel. A goal now for Excelsior, and it will be a nervous 20 minutes for St. Catherine High. A team who have never won a title at the senior level in football, and another who knows a lot about winning.
Brown picks it up on the left foot, swings it looking for Cole. Too much on this one, goes behind for a goal kick. These Excelsior youngsters would be walking by in their school department and so on, seeing all the trophies that previous generations have won in the cabinet, wanting to be a part of history, wanting to create their own history. That does make a big difference. We haven't seen it in these last few years from Excelsior. Excelsior going forward. Maybe this second half will pick up in the last 20 minutes. Surely Excelsior will make a push, and St. Catherine will be determined to stave them off. Anthony Patrick, a highly sought after coach in Jamaican high school football. This is why. If you want a program resurrected, if you want a program built, you can look to him. He has his way. There are many ways, but he has his way. That's why St. Catherine are here.
As you said, does have the reputation of carrying teams from nowhere to prominence. Do remember Bridgeport, who nobody would have considered in terms of having the quality or the ability to win, and he won 2 titles with them in 2001 and 6. Nearly did it with Dintils in 2015.
Has also coached at Clarendon College as well, not with as much success.
Although that's a team that certainly is prominent.
Without a doubt. In the 72nd minute. Just not much happening in this second half.
St. Catherine won't mind that because they already have the scoreline that they would want. So it's just about maintenance for them.
Rajneil Brown will go long looking for Asani Brown. Puts in a little sprint, does Asani Brown, but I don't think he's going to be making the St. Catherine High sprint team anytime soon.
I'm not sure if St. Catherine High, though, are really known for sprinters, Ricardo. I know you're the top track man. Any really great male sprinters have come out of St. Catherine High that you can remember in recent time?
Well, they
I
did
can't.
produce a national junior champion a couple years ago in Ashani Smith. In fact, they had 1-2 in that race. In that national junior 100 final. It's been a sporting program that has really been improving. Netball, track and field, cricket has always been decent. Excelsior on the attack, cross coming in, cleared away. Comes down to Rajneil Brown for St. Catherine.
So you mean
and
the
he
general,
goes down.
the general sporting program of St. Catherine has been one that, as time has gone on, has really got well. They've been doing well in cricket for a long time. Here's Rajneil Brown's, well, slight injury. He's bundled over there. He's back on his feet. They've been good, especially in the junior levels of cricket for quite a while. They're under 14 and under 16. They've won quite a few titles at that level.
Tell me about it.
Have had a pretty good have had a pretty good Grey Shield team in a number of years. Didn't actually win, but have produced cricketers that have gone on to represent Jamaica at the under 19 level and under 15 levels as well.
Can Excelsior get back into this? Can Excelsior get back into this? We are coming down to the final 15 minutes plus whatever is to be added on for stoppages. Does Liebert Hanneman have one more trick up his sleeves? And they are not long sleeves this afternoon.
He'll need more than one trick.
Excelsior go forward, keeper off his line and makes the save nonetheless. Flemings with a shot, looking for his 9th goal of the season.
Flemings needed to do better. Straight to the goalkeeper. Raheem Henry, very lucky, was in no man's land, not sure what he was doing there.
What a glorious chance.
Good save in the end.
Has hit the post. Flemings failed to beat the goalkeeper.
Fleming should have done much better there.
3-1 St. Catherine still.
Based on the distance that Raheem Henry was out of his goal, he should have been looking to beat him aerially. Jemihim Flemings. And probably should have used more of a disguised chip, considering that Raheem Henry was all out of sorts, had lost his balance. And I just think he threw him a lifesaver there.
Certainly was an option.
By hitting it all along the carpet and so close to him. Here's the opportunity again. Good ball, and well, was always stretching. Was Flemings. And certainly would love to have that all over again.
Shakir Crooks, the St. Catherine number 13. Looks like he's going to be fine to continue. It was his long pass that found Rajneil Brown, who headed back into the path of Cole in the semi-final against St. George's College. Haven't seen much of him in this final. Excelsior.
Still enough time for Excelsior to make this very tricky. Well,
Javon Smith goes down and the referee points to the spot. Weston Costley says penalty.
and from all indication it seems like the right decision. And just like that, as we said, Excelsior with an opportunity to get back in the game. Still 13 minutes on the clock. Here was the ball put in. Ridiculous defending here by St. Catherine. Obviously Raheem Henry, he couldn't have collected it because he was outside of his box, so he was either going to come and clear it, and his well.
Ian Cupie has been so calm and composed and intelligent in defense all season, and then that.
Yeah, that was brainless defending by Cupie. Sorry to say, the captain should have been clearing that to the sidelines easily. He was under no pressure. Clear it to the sidelines, allow your defense to regroup. Instead, Excelsior with an opportunity to cut the lead to 1.
Javon Smith will stand behind this.
Scored already this afternoon, Smith. 10 on the season. 3 in 3 games.
What a chance for him. Smith stands behind this. Javon Smith brilliantly beats Raheem Henry. The Excelsior number 11 gets his 11th of the season. And the school from Mountain View Avenue have a lifeline in the Walker Cup final.
Well, we spoke about breaks, bringing lapses. It was certainly a lapse in the defense line of St. Catherine that has led to that goal, and just like that, 1 lapse. And could this be a momentum swing in the Walker Cup final?
It's not over yet. Here is Smith again.
They have come close on 2 occasions before that goal, Excelsior. Flemings should have converted 2 minutes earlier. There was a shot from Rajon Joseph earlier on that hit the upright. And all of a sudden, Excelsior will believe that they can get this game all square. And still a lot of time to do so.
They will do it with all their might. Javon Smith kicked that penalty with all his might.
Has a brace so far this afternoon in the 29th and 79th.
St. Catherine, they will pray that they can still conquer. Prayer and work conquer all, but the truth is, all they want to conquer is the Walker Cup for 2019, at least for now. 80 minutes gone. Kamayu Davis loses out, but St. Catherine hold on to possession, although they lose it right back. Excelsior with a throw in an attacking position over on the far side. Chance to get a cross in. Javon Brown got a pivotal touch. It's a throw for Excelsior. The Eagles sensing nerves on the part of their St. John's Road counter opponents. Corner kick Excelsior. That's not a bad effort coming in. Whistle goes St. Catherine's way. 82nd minute. Goalkeeper Henry is down. Henry trying to break through a group of players. Did get a touch onto the ball and getting hurt in the process. The St. Andrew Technical boys are in the National Stadium. Stephen McQueen, their number 4, who has captained the team at points this season, scored in the semi-final. Oh, he looks in a great mood. They are getting ready for the Manning Cup Championship decider. 2 years ago, they lost in the final to Jamaica College. They meet them again, trying to win their first title since Lieber Tallyman stood on the bench in 1987. Let's have a look at how we got to this stage. Excelsior taking the lead. Javon Smith poking home from close range for 1-0. Rajneel Brown with a cross A magnificent turn from Kamayu Davis, beating goalkeeper Pepeja Smith 1-1. And then St. Catherine just went on a rampage. This free kick by Dunkley left to Asani Brown to stab home comfortably from close range with the left foot. 2-1 at that stage. And then the ball falling perfectly for Brown again. Goalkeeper getting a touch onto it, but not enough to deflect it away from the target. Asani Brown getting his 4th. And then the penalty to make it 3-2 in favor of St. Catherine. Javon Smith, a double for him, 11 on the season. A double for Asani Brown, 19 on the season. Phelan Lawrence is in the house for Jamaica College. The transfer from Holy Trinity, not the first, not the second, not the third. Many of them have left Holy Trinity to JC, and he now has his chance for a Manning Cup title. I don't think any before him has failed. This is a long stoppage now, going on 2 minutes in the dying moments of the Walker Cup final. And I expect there to be quite some time added on. Philip Williams, the St. Andrew technical coach, he's been oozing confidence, and why not? He's produced a team that has been relentless this season.
I actually think he comes into this game as favourites.
I think so too. I think so too, Chris.
Even though the titles compare 29 to JC to 1. But based on how his team have played this season and the form of St. Andrew Technical, I certainly think they come in as favourites.
Well, let's finish this one.
Yeah.
St. Catherine lead Excelsior by 3-2.
Can they finish it?
Dunkley sends it long. Excelsior wins possession of the football. Dunkley again. Isaac Dunkley. Talk about JC. He's left JC to St. Catherine High. Alexander with the throw. We'll have another opportunity. Alex Alexander. He came across from Kingston High to join the Excelsior program. What an addition he's been.
Likes to go on these long runs, and a very good left foot.
Alexander with a teasing ball inside the area. Now cleared by Shakir Crooks. Excelsior sensing they have a chance. The shot high over the top. It's far from over. Finals are not supposed to be easy. They just are not to be easy. And although St. Catherine took a 3-1 lead at the end of the first half, Excelsior have fought in this second half. They have given themselves opportunities. They have taken one from the penalty spot, and they are still going. And going up against a struggling goalkeeper as well. Everell Campbell, what does he have to say? Two strong heads on the Excelsior bench, Halliman and Campbell.
Well, they still will know there's a lot of time still to go, because there'll be quite a bit of stoppage time based on all the injuries.
Joseph lifts this one inside the box and it towards the target. Super save!
See what I mean?
The Eagles are pushing. Siobhan Smith's header producing a spectacular save from Raheem Henry.
Almost a hat-trick on the afternoon. He's at a dream final, Javon Smith. And that would really have put the icing on the cake. And at this stage, probably would have forced a penalty shootout.
Count Count them out at your own peril. St. Catherine trying to hang on desperately.
And in the last 5 to 10 minutes, they have had nothing going forward. St. Catherine, it's just been Excelsior pressing, and looking for those final moment goals.
Not only have they had nothing going forward, they've been quite open at the back, which I think is the surprising thing, that they haven't sort of put more numbers behind the ball.
It's almost as if they're switched off and thought to themselves that at 3-1 we had this in the back.
You're not allowed to switch off in a final. Excelsior getting ready to make another change. Ashani Richards is going to come on. He scored 2 goals this season, Ashani Richards. Sheldon Butler off.
Yeah.
Corner kick, Excelsior.
Good delivery.
Very good delivery. And it will win them another corner.
Yeah, well defended as well. Alexander, very talented left foot, has put some telling deliveries in this latter part of the second half into the box. I'm wondering where it was all this time.
Cupid trying to marshal his back line. Here's another teasing ball. Raheem Henry comes and gets a touch away from the target.
Wow.
What a finish.
Free kick to Excelsior. Lucky, I think, to get that free kick, Kelly. I actually thought he was the one who committed the foul against Rajneil Brown.
90th minute. What a finish to this Walker Cup final. And there are people who think that this does not mean a lot to them.
I'm surprised Alexander has left this one. He's
Ashani Richards, the substitute. Headed away by QP. Headed further away now. Back into danger land. The goalkeeper comes and gets it under control. Opportunity to settle the nerves. There's Flemings. He had a chance. Long ball up front.
You need to keep the ball, St. Catherine. Possession is the name of the game, but they're just kicking it away. And Excelsior keep coming.
How much do we have to add to this one? We are on 90 minutes.
Still waiting on the 4th official.
6 minutes of time to be added. That's a lot.
No surprise, there was a lengthy delay, maybe about 5 minutes ago.
I was going to say exactly how it should be, but imagine how St. Catherine must be feeling now. Dunkley.
I would have thought that they would have been expecting it though. I don't see any arguments from the St. Catherine bench. They just need to keep the football. If the ball is in your possession, Excelsior can't score. He's nervous as well.
As he should be.
The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness.
You can't disappoint the Prime Minister. He's done everything not to disappoint the country. St. Catherine.
Doesn't look as relaxed as his interview after 45 minutes with Shawana Banks.
Well, no one in blue looks as relaxed as they were at the half-time break. Dunkley with a throw now for St. Catherine. Will go deep inside the box. Comes out to Javon Brown. Tries a shot from distance. Goes behind. Still inside the first 2 minutes of added time. We're playing 6 minutes. St. Catherine will have another substitution. Joel Palmer, who scored the winning penalty in the semi-final, is going to be coming on, replacing Daniel Da Costa. He's hoping it will not go to penalties this time. Javon Cole doesn't have much assistance up front. Jake Campbell is inside the box. There's it back to Rajneil Brown, who almost lost possession. Javon Brown cleans up in midfield. Finds Dunkley. St. Catherine doing a much better job of possessing the football, but Dunkley goes for the long pass and almost gives it away, but he wins it back now. Then forward to Jay Campbell. Campbell is under pressure from Alexander, dismisses him, gets across inside, chested down and then away. Flemings will look to pick it up now. Flemings is taken down and Excelsior have a free kick in the 94th minute. We are playing 6 minutes of added time.
For most of the game, St. Catherine have had the better play. Certainly have played better than Excelsior for majority of this game, but they have not ended the game well, St. Catherine.
No, they haven't. They win possession. Go long for Javon Cole. Can Cole get around Amos? Amos is standing strong. Rajneel Brown comes up to support. Brown then looks for Campbell. Does a very good job of finding him. Campbell will lay it off to Isaac Dunkley. Dunkley looks up and serves a ball inside the area. It's too long, it's straight to the goalkeeper.
I'm not sure why he needed to force that. Nobody was approaching him to tackle. Could have just kept the ball and allowed the clock to run.
2 minutes to play.
I think this was a lack of experience as well from a St. Catherine perspective. And as you said, they don't know what it's like to win at this level.
They would surely love to find out in the next 2 minutes. He knows what it's like to win. They have not tasted victory in a long time. Isaac Dunkley has the ball for St. Catherine. Here he is again. Another ball served inside the area, this time by Kamayu Davis. Straight to the goalkeeper, and it gives Excelsior another chance to try and go forward. Although Isaac Dunkley is in the way. 1 minute to play in the Walker Cup final.
This would be the second Walker Cup title for Anthony Patrick. Did it in 2001 with Bridgeport. And now 18 years later.
And that this competition has been revamped will make no difference to the type of celebrations they will put down tonight and into tomorrow and the entire weekend back to school on Monday morning. They have done well for the last 3 minutes possessing the ball, St. Catherine, and they have a throw deep into enemy land with seconds to go. They can sense it now. Haven't they managed these last 3 minutes well? Dunkley will take all the time he can to take this throw. We are on 96 minutes. Dunkley with the throw. The keeper claims will look to go long quickly. St. Catherine will win possession. The dream is reality. The country's highest office stands to applaud an historic moment in St. Catherine's history. Excelsior beaten for the second year in a row in the Walker Cup final. And they will be celebrating from the National Stadium all the way to St. John's Road and back. For the first time ever, it is St. Catherine who are champions of the Walker Cup. Let's have a look at how they got there. Lieber Talliman won it last year with Heidel. has been outgunned by St. Catherine this time around. 3-2, confirmation of the final score. 5 goals in what you could consider a thrilling final. Excelsior got us going. The corner kick not handled well by the goalkeeper, and Javon Smith turning it home for his 10th goal of the season. "1-0 at that stage. But St. Catherine would respond, and they would respond in a most emphatic manner. This one falling for Rajneil Brown, the former national under-15 player, showing his skill to get away from his defender, finding Kamayu Davis, who had a sublime turn and a beautiful finish to make it 1-1. That was in the 36th minute as Davis produced his 4th goal of the season. 3 minutes later, Dunkley with the free kick, the defense falling asleep, and Asani Brown from close range turning it home for what was then his 18th goal of the season and his 3rd in the Walker Cup. 2-1 to St. Catherine. And they weren't quite done yet, because a 1-0 deficit had quickly turned into a 3-1 advantage. Rajneil Brown again, this one falling favorably for Asani Brown, his 2nd of the contest, his 4th in the Walker Cup this season, and his 19th in all competitions. 3-1 to St. Catherine at half-time. It looked done. Then a moment of madness from the St. Catherine captain, Ian Cupey. What should have been a comfortable clearance or leave for his goalkeeper turned into a penalty, and Javon Smith, the Excelsior number 11, converted with his 11th goal of the season. 3-2 it was in favor of St. Catherine, and that's how it ended. Let's have a look at the match stats. St. Catherine, 8 shots, 3 of them on target. Excelsior, 11 shots, 7 on target. 17 fouls committed by St. Catherine, 7 by Excelsior. No cards in the game, and St. Catherine dominating possession, 53-47, but it was Excelsior who dominated possession in the 2nd half. St. Catherine are Walker Cup champions for the first time in their history. They beat the 7-time champions Excelsior by 3-2. Asani Brown is the MVP for this championship decider. 2 goals, 19 on the season. He's 3rd overall on the goal scoring charts in the urban area.
Congratulations, Asani Brown, on being named MVP of the final. Congratulations on winning the Walker Cup here this evening. Your smile says it all, but explain to us what you're feeling.
Feeling very, very elated. We needed it. We needed it most of all. And we come here and put everything on the pitch, and we end up victorious.
And you did that. Prayer and work conquers all. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
Asani Brown, they're the MVP of the game and a player of St. Catherine High. Joining me now is Liebert Halleman, Technical Director at Excelsior High. Liebert, you couldn't bring Excelsior High this trophy. Sum up the season for me.
Boy, our first game was very poor, but I think this one is the worst.
Why do you think so? What went wrong in your opinion?
Rest, nutrition, and intake is very important, and we fell down in that area, and so we paid the penalty. I don't think we lose, but I think we learned something from that. The boys will learn something from that.
It's always a learning experience. That's one positive to take away from it. Thank you so much for your time and all the best.
Thank you, and see you next year.
Yes, he will be at Excelsior High next year, Liebert Halleman there. Joining me now is the winning coach, Anthony Patrick of St. Catherine High. Congratulations. The last time you did this was 18 years ago, and to do it here this evening, talk to me about what you're feeling.
Hey, I'm really, really elated about it. I'm really happy, trust me. Word can't explain. But I really happy for the boys, the youngsters, and for the school. You know, it's the first time, and the first time of boxing, we won it, so that was good.
And their performance this afternoon, talk to me about that. They scored 3 goals in the first half. They came from behind. They took the lead. They showed up here today.
Yeah, definitely. We asked them to press hard and try and win the game from the first half. Probably no Excelsior going to come and run in the second half. And they really come into that. But we let them in the game by giving them a second goal. But, you know, I still give credit to the boys. They really, really work hard for this one.
Give us an insight into what was said at halftime to the team.
Tell them that we have to start, we have to fight a little bit harder. Excelsior are going to come and run for the first 30, 35 minutes, so we have to try and withstand all those pressure that they're going to come with and that they throw at us. But we withstand the pressure. We just will and give up a 1 goal, but it was enough. Still enough. The 3 goals is still enough for us.
Congratulations, Anthony. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anthony Patrick, their head coach of St. Catherine High, taking them to their first ever schoolboy football title here this afternoon, defeating Excelsior High 3-2. Back over now to the commentary team as we prepare for the presentation ceremony.
Well, the party will continue here at the National Stadium because St. Catherine High, they have the hold on their first schoolboy football title, and it came in the form of the Walker Cup. What a win for them over Excelsior High here at the National Stadium. And I tell you what, these celebrations will continue, and it has prime ministerial merit. The most honorable Andrew Holness here to witness what took place here at the National Stadium, and they will remember this for a very, very long time. The presentations will get underway in just a few moments. Of course, this is all ahead of the Manning Cup final a little bit later on. St. Andrew Technical and Jamaica College meet up to do battle, but that will not interrupt their party. They will remember today. They will remember today for a very long time, those students of St. Catherine High. They have traveled a far way to be here, to just experience the moment, and what a moment it is. Of course, Anthony Patrick would have been looking at the 3-year plan and would have been wondering about the success and where it would come from. But it came this year after they had quite a few bumps in the road. And of course, they have support from everywhere, don't they, St. Catherine High? Excelsior High, of course, will be getting their medals, their runners-up medals for taking part in this Walker Cup final. Of course, a number of the players would be disappointed with what happened here today. But they had one of those seasons, Excelsior, one of those seasons where a few of their wins surprised quite a lot of individuals. And the very fact that they were a part of this Walker final would have been a surprise to a number of persons. But they did distinguish themselves in the end. Excelsior High in putting up quite a fight, having scored first in this Walker Cup final.
Brand manager for water.
But St. Catherine actually scored 3 goals.
We have the presentation of the check.
Before Excelsior came back to score a second and made a match of it in the last 10 minutes or so. But based on how Excelsior started the season with the change of coaches and how late that process was and how a number of players went to other schools, if you told them that they would have been a part of the Walker Cup final, they would have taken that in a heartbeat.
Agreed. Came up against a tough Camperdown team in the semi-finals, had to come from behind Excelsior. They were trailing 3-2 in that game. And many would have expected Camperdown to have gotten the better of them based on how Camperdown would have played in the season. And Excelsior showed great resilience in that semi-finals when Javon Smith himself, the man who scored a double here today, found a goal in that semi-final as well. Unfortunately, they would not be able to get over the last hurdle, as happened to them as well in 2018, last season, when they lost by 2-0 to Heidel. Just unable to get the job done. Excelsior, as you said, a topsy-turvy season, a season that Liebert Halliman described as having a lot of disharmony throughout these 3 months. A long season as well, because Excelsior did play 20 games compared to St. Catherine's 16, and I'm sure that would have taken a toll on them as well.
And make the medal presentation to the Walker Cup champions of 2019.
I can't remember many successful seasons for Excelsior where they would have had 6 losses as well. Make that 7 now.
Well, it's time for St. Catherine to claim their medals now. And each of them will be really proud of this moment. And everything that comes with it.
So the champions getting their first schoolboy title. St. Catherine making the presentation. Media and Communications Manager at Digicel, Mr. Elon Parkinson.
Yes, St. Catherine, as you said, first title at the senior schoolboy level in football. This unit, amazingly, 10 out of this unit have played 4 seasons at this level, and I don't think, as we had described earlier, that any other schoolboy team could boast that feat in terms of experience and seniority. Really good crop of youngsters that Anthony Patrick has molded together over the seasons, have been playing together from the under-14 level. He has them playing at his racing club as well in Portmore. And some of these youngsters would have been a part of the under-17 titles that the club has won, and the junior performances that St. Catherine have put together, and now to finally win a senior title is really a great achievement for the youngsters and for the school. And Anthony Patrick, who hadn't won a Walker Cup since 2001 when he did it with Bridgeport some 18 years ago, and has now done it with his second St. Catherine school.
Yep, pretty used to what he did at Bridgeport High. Of course, he did carry them to Manning Cup glory as well.
Remember, in our precursor to the 2018 season, I had St. Catherine as a real dark horse in the league. I thought that they really were coming of age and so on, did cause a lot of trouble, and had it maybe not been for a lack of experience, would probably have gone deeper. If you remember, enjoying a lead against Charlie Smith, only to give it up irresponsibly. And I think Anthony Patrick, his management staff and others took a big blame for that. And good to see them bounce back. Didn't go as deep as they would have wanted in the Manning Cup again this season, falling at the second round stage, but to see them come all the way in the knockout competition really says a lot in terms of their strength mentally and their commitment to the program.
But of course, Anthony Patrick and Liebert Halliman would have met already for that Manning Cup crown. And of course, Excelsior, in winning their last Manning Cup trophy, I believe it actually came against Bridgeport High. But yeah, they would have renewed that rivalry in the Walker Cup today.
And now the check presentation to be made by Dr. O'Neill Anker, the chairman of the Manning Cup competition, to the St. Catherine captain, Mr. Cooper.
So they'll get a check of $100,000. St. Catherine High for being the Walker Cup champions.
Now, Mr. Keith Wellington.
as the Urban Era Knockout Trophy has been decided here at the National Arena.
Makes the presentation of the Walker Cup to St. Catherine, champion.
This is what it looks like when history has been made. Raise your cup, St. Catherine High. Champions of the Digicel Walker Cup 2019. And they love it, and they will remember it for a very long time. Fabulous scenes here at the National Stadium as St. Catherine High, they come out on top of this knockout tournament. Scenes to remember for a very long time here at the Mecca of Jamaica's football.